Hey, welcome back. I was just explaining about this GearCube and why I consider this to be easier of all the tougher ones. Keep in mind, when we do something, there is also an odd position that is not acceptable for you to do the step. For example, if you have a position like this, it's okay because it's movable. Any position is moved. But as you do it half, for example, if you keep it like this, even though the edges are covered, the if you see the gear, it's actually in the center. This does not allow a movement as it is. As you could see, it has to make a complete roll till this point. These edges that you're having here should go to that respective corners. Only then you can do it. For example, if you do this, this is midway. It is not going anywhere. It will not allow you to move the other side. So you need to bring it to the next level. So this is one thing that you should keep in mind. So I just scrambled it and we are going to go through the solution, but before the solution I'll give you some basics. So as I said, the solution is very simple. It's a question of just coordinating that and then getting the right ones. And as I said, this is your R, this is your R again, right? This is R, and when I say R2, this is R2, okay, and I say U, this is a U. So this is R2, this is U. You will be using R, R2, U, three of them. This is your R, this is your R2, and this is your U. So if I say one of these three, then you should keep in mind that, see, this is U. Keep these things and you should be able to solve. Sorry, it should not be in the middle. This is the place where you will get everything into the corner. So you should try to solve this with these basic moves R, R2 and U, and most of the times you should be able to solve it within them. So I will explain you as we go through it. So the first and foremost thing that you need to see in a scrambled cube is get the centers and the corners first. So the challenge generally this poses, as I said, each movement is coordinated internally. So when you see that when I move this, there are other pieces that are continuously moving even without your influencing them. For example, if you take this, if I move this, only this piece moves. This piece or nothing will move. But in this case, any movement will have an impact on the center. And same way, if I do this, this center is impacted. So these are coordinated. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to make, this is your center, this is your center piece, they cannot be changed. Okay, and it follows the same convention as what we normally do. For example, if I have a yellow on the top, show you. So yellow on the top and orange in front of you and white in the bottom, then you will have green on the left and blue on the right, red at the back. So the conventions are the same. So all you need to do is make sure that you are having the right face, whichever you want to put it in the front and whichever you want to put it in the top, keep that. And again, there is no global accepted rule. It is up to whichever is comfortable for you. So before we go into the solving of this, I'll explain you the pieces. This is the center piece and these are the center forks. I call this forks, many of them call in different ways. So these are the forks that you use around the centers, and so it leaves us 1 2 3 4 5 of them, the center and the center forks, and then there are edges. These are the edges. There are actually 4 edges like what we have normally, and then the 4 corners. So you need to look at solving the centers, edges and corners. The forks will coordinate itself as you move the side. For example, if I move this side, you cannot move this side without moving the forks also. These forks will remain the same, these two will go. Same way, if I move this, these two will go and these will remain. So you need to use that to your advantage to solve this. So the next clip I'll be explaining you on how to solve this. This is now a fully scrambled GearCube, gear ball, and we are going to go in solving this. But before we attempt to solve this, I'm going to explain on the steps step-by-step approach so that you are all familiar with this. Okay, so with a small break, we'll come back and then we'll start with solving this problem. Have a small break. Bye bye.